taste, so no wonder.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the Je Vaughn Show from Erica Badu's bedroom. It is your boy, Je Vaughn, and I am pleased and blessed to be in the house with you today. You would not believe who I have on the line with me today. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Toiné Houston.
Woo! Woo! It should be like a live studio audience. One day.
Right. It is so awesome to have you on the show today. How's it going over in Cali?
Cali is good. You know, we are locked down like the rest of the world, but I'm out here in Sacramento right now. Cali is good, as you can probably see from the sun rays. It's probably a beaming 82 degrees. So shout out to that.
But still no going outside, right?
Right. Sure.
Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no outside, no outside.
Right.
So for my guests who are new to the spoken word world and have never seen that video before, give them a little insight. Who is Toiné? Don't call her Toiné Houston.
Right. So Toiné originated from Young Flame. So a lot of people in the spoken word community, poetry world, know me from Young Flame. I started out just doing like open mics around Chicago, some like it Black, just local spots, etc. I went to Illinois State, got really into the open mic scene there. And then when I came back, I transferred from Illinois State to DePaul. And after that, I met a young lady named Naima Dawson and changed my life. I became part of a crew called All Hype City, and poetry, theater, improv, it just kind of all emerged from there. So Toiné is an artist. Toiné is a poet. Toiné is a lyricist. Toiné is also an engineer. Toiné is an author. Toiné is an entrepreneur. Like I'm a plethora of things. But Toiné is blessed first and foremost. So you know, God has instilled in me a lot of things, and I appreciate him for that.
Now that's where I met you, Illinois State University.
ISU.
Redbird. ISU. And if you remember ISU Redbird Country, there were a lot of folks that were at ISU. Do you by chance remember this face from Illinois State University?
What's going on?
Sis? What's going
Wow.
on?
A blast from the past for real.
You know,
Wow.
I do a little something. I told you I was going to give you a surprise. I was going to figure out.
You did. I wasn't quite sure where you were to go with that, but oh yeah.
So,
Isaac,
do you remember Toiné from her ISU days?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to leave it at that. How about that?
No.
Yeah, we could leave it at that. Oh Lord.
Aki Kobe.
Yes.
What did you think of her spoken word back in the day?
Say that again.
I'm talking to Isaac. What did he think about your spoken word back in the day?
Oh, she was one of the forerunners, man. She was one of the forerunners, Black Writers Forum and everything at ISU. She was well known on campus, well known as a spoken word artist.
Well known in a good way, because you know you can be well known in other ways. But
absolutely, you are right. You are right. Let me make that clear. A positive way.
Absolutely.
Right. So, Black Writers Forum, how did that impact how you got developed, Toiné?
I mean, just kind of teaching me just standard structure on one hand, and on the other hand, just giving me a voice. I mean, again, I came from just writing in my notepad, writing poetry before I even knew what poetry really was. So, by the time I got into college, it was just so raw. And I think on one hand, I wanted to keep that element of rawness, but on the other hand, the Black Writers Forum, it just kind of gave me some structure, some much needed structure. So combining those two was a great foundation for me, for sure.
And then from there, you started creating your work, and you put all of that work. You went through different phases, and you have an album out right now. Now, what was the process, or what has been the mindset of going from Black Writers Forum to releasing your own project?
So it was a few steps along the way. This is technically my third album. So directly after Black Writers Forum, I self-released a poetry album called Boiling Point. And so that was really dope. And I was literally selling that like Nipsey Hussle just out the side of my car, right? And just kind of getting my name out there. And that's when my moniker was Young Flame. And then fast forward, I don't know, umpteenth years, I won't give my age away. And in 2015, I ended up releasing my first hip hop album called Love Stage, which is available everywhere digitally. And then from there, I actually got my first placement with Spike Lee for She's Gotta Have It Season 2, which is available on Netflix right now. Episode 1, my song I Remember is placed on that episode. And then last year, you know, that kind of gave me the itch. And so last year I released my second hip hop album, which is Love Stage, which is out now, which is where the song Flip It and everything came from.
And it's pretty dope to be able to put out an album. And it's also pretty dope to, I mean, I've never had a release party, but I know that if I'm going to have a release party, I want somebody like this young lady hosting it.
Oh, I just got all type of, what in the world? What's going on, sis?
What is going on?
Here, divine on the line. I mean,
yes.
Like, a bunch of blessings. I don't even know.
I am so proud of you.
Now, Miss Divine, if you can tell us, how did you encounter the works of Toiné?
Toiné, may I state how I met you? Is that
sure,
okay? Okay. Y'all forgive me. I have this quarantine look, so this hair and everything is not all right together. Okay, but I love my sis, so I'm gonna do that.
Hey.
I actually met my now sis through her then boyfriend and my brother. So we met and we hit it off instantly, and we just started swapping stories about what we both do on the business and creatives level, basically. And I instantly, you know, listened to some of her work and was just taken aback and supported, you know, some of her endeavors, and even, you know, connected her with a few people that I was working with. And she performed at a show and tore the entire stage up. It was like a women's tribute for something called Six Sundays that I was part of, that was held at Refuge live. So it was amazing. It was amazing. And I've just been thoroughly impressed since day one with Toiné.
Now, what is one of your favorite pieces that she does or has done?
You know what? She has this piece that she discusses texting. So are we data, or are we dating, or are we dataing? You know, and I really kind of fell in love with that piece because I feel like we're going through a lot of that in this day and age as far as communication and the lack thereof. A lot of people are solely committed to texting and not really developing, you know, the relationship with, you know, a verbal connection. And it's really deep. And I like that because my first love is communication. I'm a communication major in my first degree. And I just thought that piece was so creative, the way she put that together. So that is definitely one of my favorites. But this latest piece that she just dropped, I literally am taken aback. I had chills watching the entire video. It's just so creative, so organic, very well rooted in history. If you think about that in Toiné, yeah, she is definitely a you know, she's a huge, she's a big, intelligent, mind-blowing beast, you know. And I'm just so taken aback by that. And usually I'm up to speed on what her projects are. And this one is a surprise because usually I see it before other people see it and stuff like that. And this one, when I saw it, I was just like, oh my God.
Keep it under wraps, you know. Keep it under wraps, you know.
Yeah, I respect that. I love it. I love it.
Now, I want to hear about this data versus data.
Yeah. Yeah, so Data Plan, it's called Data Plans. Data Plans originated as a poem, and then I restructured it into a song. So it is a song on my current album, which is called ID, again, available everywhere. So Data Plans is, so just a little bit of it. So it just says, so anyway, like any day, got my phone locked in my hand, surfing internet, got my energy, iPhone text from you today. Cool, but Inconsequential to my day, not being rude, it's my candor, speaking candid. Start my day now, emojis and exclamations. I guess you mad, how? Classic feelings, starring you and your feelings, not you and your feelings over ceilings you polish with glass. So it's all about like, you know, just that, what happens, right? It's like this whole like conversation that we're having that's just so fourth wall. Like, I mean, you know, just text, like you don't have any sort of imprint emotionally about what's going on. And so I don't want to look at my phone and get mad because I see the ... and then don't get a reply from you. Like I don't want that sort of interaction with you. Like I actually want to talk to you or touch you, engage with you, or have an energy with you. And I think that dating nowadays has just kind of turned into this phone, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, you know, sort of landscape. And it's unfortunate. I think a lot of relationships are failing as a result of that. So I ended up putting Data Plans, the poem version, on Facebook, and it hit like 25,000. It was crazy. I'm like, wow. And so like I said, I reformatted and put it on the album. And everywhere I go when I do it live, just as in the song format, it gets the crowd hyped. So shout out to Ty Hill for producing that for sure.
Yes.
Apparently people could relate to it. Now, was that piece written in as an inspirational piece because of your relationship with her brother?
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
That's crazy.
I remember. Now listen, I'm going to get into your dating life in a second. You don't have to answer that. But I remember when you were at ISU, right? And I remember, and I mean, I know you're happy where you are right now, and this person is happy where they are right now. But I always thought that you was going to end up with my dude Clarence. So I brought
wow. That's crazy.
That is
What's
crazy.
up, Clay?
What's happening? What's going on,
so
future?
crazy. Oh my God. What is going on? Y'all, I have not. Wow. I have not spoken to this king. Wow.
I'm wondering who's going to be next.
Yeah.
You just
I got my brother next.
I just thought about that too. It's been a minute since I talked to you. That's right, sure has.
Wow. How are you? You good?
I'm good. Man, I'm super good. I was going to say the same thing too. As soon as I heard you was going to be here, I was like, oh, for real? Yeah.
Such a dope MC, such a dope poet, such a dope father, such a dope husband, such a dope man with such a dope friend.
Enough about me.
Come on, Antoinette. I mean, this your showcase, not mine. Come on, don't do that.
Hey, I'm just paying it forward. I'm paying it forward.
Yeah. But that's what we here to do though too, though, man. So, yeah.
Y'all gonna get me teared up. Y'all know I'm sensitive. Woo!
I know, that's why I got you. Now, Jedi, tell me a little bit about your history with Antoinette and her works and her pieces.
Yes, actually, you know what? It's funny because when we were in Waterson, I was not able to get my own room yet because I was, I guess, we came in January. Remember, JV? Mm-hmm. So, so we ended up, and that's a story itself. We'll have that story one day too. Me and Je Vaughn meeting, but I ended up living on the same floor that Antoinette, Asia, what's your other roommate? Keisha, and so I remember one time just going in there. I had to use the bathroom on there to take a shower, and I think Antoinette, one of them opened up the door for me, and it was, I mean, literally, I'm real new. They were so genuinely cool with me, and just kind of just get me acclimated to being over in Waterson though too. So, you know, and actually Antoinette let me record in her room. I remember she was just like, hey, you got something to record? You need to hurry up and do it. Antoinette has always been the one to push somebody else to make sure they can do what they need to do. So, man, that was one good thing that always happened by having Antoinette around, is she was able to push you to make sure that, you know, she was working on her craft already. So she was like, what are you doing? So that really helped me out though too. So, and she was probably the best dancer at ISU at the time. So like nobody. Come on
now,
don't mess. Don't come near her. That was social distancing back then. Social distancing was if you wasn't within 6 feet of Antoinette, if you did, man, if you couldn't 1-2 step or something, don't go near Antoinette. She don't want the don't come near her. Don't do it.
You don't want those problems, huh?
You don't want that smoke. Man,
my knees are paying for it right now. because I
the funny thing about that, y'all, the funny thing about that whole statement about the dancing is I remember one of the memories I have of Antoinette is trying to dance with her. And when I tried to dance with her, after that, I didn't see her for 3 months. She social distanced herself from me. And I didn't know why until right now.
Must have been a rough
if your footwork wasn't on point.
Yes.
Must have been some off rhythm.
Come on, Isaac.
Craig, the last name I can't pronounce says that yes, all the bone parties, she shut them down.
Every very last one. What's up, Keisha?
Yes, that's my
She was the original Sierra. Facts.
Yes.
Now, see, can we get that as a hashtag, original Sierra, please?
Yes. Sierra. Come on, man.
Speaking of Sierra, you would not believe who I have on the line next. Wait a minute, she dropped off. Never mind, no Sierra. I thought we had a first session.
That would have been
one day.
So funny.
One day it's gonna be.
One day. So you got this album out called Flippin'. What was the inspiration for the video?
So the album is called IB. The song is called Flippin'. It's the second single that I released off of the IB album, the first being IB as well. The inspiration for Flippin' was just, the definition of flipping, right, is just kind of just being not the norm, right? Just kind of defining your own lane. At least that's how I look at the Webster's definition. That was my interpretation of it. And so I just thought, as an artist and as a woman, I've always kind of embodied that. Like I've never really been the mold that someone has tried to fit me in. And it's just not the way God made me. And so I wanted to write a song that embodied that and just have fun with it. The fact that I am kind of unconventional in the way that I spit sometimes, and just the stories that I create and the songs that I write. And I'm not trying to fit into a system. And that took me a long time to get there. Initially, as a young artist, you want to be on radio and you want to, have, just get signed and do all of these things or whatever. I think Chance the Rapper was really one that, coming from Chicago taught me, even being younger than me, but just taught me just the grind of being an independent artist and how successful you can be. And that triggered it for me to say, you know what, I don't have to be part of this when I'm standing out anyway. And I'm much happier in that space. And so that's what Flippin' embodies, just having my own lane, creating my own lane, and being the artist that I am unapologetically. And that's that, period.
It's almost as if you're in a different world musically, and in a different world when it comes to your place right now. So we're going to do our old school song break right now. And this part of the show is when the artist has to come out of their social distancing of their talent, their hidden talents. And what's going to happen right now is that Toiné is going to give us just a small portion of her version of A Different World theme song. I can't wait to hear this. So go ahead and play yours now.
Wait, what's happening? Wait, the actual song, Different World?
Different World, from the theme song of Different World.
It's a different world, from where you come from. Something. I don't know. That's crazy.
Wait. What are you doing?
The What's Different World theme song, like exactly.
You don't remember?
Clarence, help her out, Jedi. Help her out, Jedi.
What is it? Here's
I know my parents love me.
Right.
Stand behind me, come what may. Come on, there you go.
I know that I'm ready, yeah.
But
because I finally heard
them say, right, it's a different world.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
From where you
there
come
you go.
From.
Yep.
Something.
Here's the chance to make it.
Yep.
If we focus on our goals,
you missed the note.
If you listen, we can take it. Yeah. Just
You're doing the
remember
first season.
so
that it's a different world. Yep, from where you come from.
Hey,
Hey,
final note. That was it right there.
you found it.
That was
You
it.
got
Right
it.
Oh, did you see the arrow? Did you see a point? That was it.
You know what?
I
That's
don't know what she was
90s
pointing, but
Chicago,
she
though.
Yes.
That was it.
I was pointing up, and so can we move on?
Oh,
Thank you for helping us with our break. So I want to know what your least favorite memory of being in the industry has been so far. That way, maybe somebody can learn from an experience that you experienced.
Wow. Just poor promoters. I remember one of my first experiences in Chicago, actually, and I won't put this person on blast, but just he came off as though he was the man and had all these different connections and he get me on this show and that show, etc. And when you paying your money, you expect quality service. And that just didn't happen. It just did not happen. I gave him about 3 months of my time because I'm always about the 3-strike rule. And he just didn't deliver or whatever. So what I learned from that was just to always kind of go with my gut. And again, that energy. Initially, I didn't want to work with him anyway. But I was like, well, some time has passed. I've heard a few good, mostly bad, but everyone changes. And I should have just probably went with my gut versus losing that money that I did. So do your homework and go with your gut and definitely keep God first. And just realize that a lot of times you can probably do it better on your own than trying to, depend on somebody else that you already don't think is going to do it anyway. So
Right.
Is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's flip it. Flip it. So
Flip it.
what's been your favorite memory outside of releasing your projects for being so far?
You know what? I co-headlined my first UK tour this past October. I was over in Birmingham, Manchester, London. Shout out to the Soul Jones Collection Tour for allowing me that platform. And it was just amazing just to be now known as internationally known, right? To be on the radio over there and to be on so many stages out there and to be welcome to come back. It's something about when someone from the UK says, Toiné, now, so I know I'm butchering that, but it's just their accent is so sexy. I swear to God. So just being able to have love over there in that space was definitely a bucket list item for sure.
So that was the best moment and not the Steve Harvey Show appearance. That was probably what, number 7?
No. See, here's the thing. When you have so many blessings that God has bestowed, it's hard to just pick just one. The Steve Harvey Show was amazing. The Steve Harvey Show wasn't about my music 100% though. The Steve Harvey Show was about my dating and how I had been single for umpteen years up until that point. So that was a good platform for him to, speak to me and try to see what's going on in my love life. But musically, it would definitely be the UK tour for sure.
So one of the things I wanted to do before we got out of here was introduce you to 3 eligible bachelors who would like to know more about what it's like.
Keep playing.
You know what? I'm looking at the time and I don't have time to do that segment. So let me go ahead and kick them off the screen as well. We'll move on. So we didn't get to there's a segment I like to do, top 5 news. And we didn't really get a chance to get into it, but I will do news story number 1, which is a news story that everybody's talking about. And that's Floyd Mayweather's daughter being disrespected by her boyfriend. Would you ever let something like that go down? Would you ever date a guy that was just flat out disrespectful to your parents?
To my parents? Well, to me, my parents, even my dog, no, you can't be disrespectful in my house at all. So that's why I've been single. That's why I have years, 5-6 years in between of being single, because I do not play when it comes to disrespect of my being, of my spirit, of my body, anything. So no disrespect lives in my home.
I guess the other top 5 story is the Corona thing. How are you?
It would be. I
with
think
it?
you get back there, but shout out to.
How are you dealing with the situation, and how are you keeping your mental strong?
Yeah. For me, it's giving me. Initially, it was chaotic because I think it's a difference. I don't really go out a lot anyway. I'm probably a external introvert, just by nature.
I totally get that.
But when somebody says you can't go out, it's just a difference. Like, really? How you gonna tell me what I can do? Initially, it was kind of crazy. Now I found my peace in it. I'm a writer. I meditate. A lot of my work being within STEM, I can do remotely and wherever. So I can go on my balcony or lay in this bed or whatever and be fine. So I'm really worried about just the number of deaths and I mean, fortunately, it hasn't been anyone in my family or friends, but it's definitely been some 6 degrees of separation of people that have lost their lives, and it's really sad and really unfortunate, and just disheartening. So I'm praying for those people who have, and that's what really scares me because I don't want the numbers to keep growing.
Okay, so you staying in.
I'm staying in.
Probably mad at me right now that you still haven't been out.
I'm staying in. My pup, I'm hoping she don't pee on this carpet because then that will be another show, and I will be sending you the bill for that if that happens. But no, I'm staying in. I'll probably gain about 10 pounds. So I'm getting thick. Don't let Toiné get thick. Wait a minute. Let me go ahead.
You so silly. Get thick just to not date nobody. I ain't got time for you right now.
You tried it. He tried it.
So, where can we find Toiné and all of her works and all of her things?
So my website is iamtoiné.com. It's IAMTOINE.com. And then social media is Toiné Houston, TOINE. HOUSTON. That's everywhere. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Please follow me. Follow the journey. I got some stuff for you guys coming. So for sure.
Fantastic. Before we let you go, I'd like to do this segment, and it's called "What Have We Learned?" So I'm going to go ahead and give what I've learned, and then I'm going to ask my 3 special guests to share what they've learned. So what I have learned today is that you're single. And that you're thick.
Single and what? Single and what? Single and thick?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Come on, girl.
What have you learned today?
Did you just ask me what I've learned?
Yes, sir.
I've learned she's been to the UK, so I need to hear that UK accent. Come on, man. No UK accent.
Hi, Governor.
Bruv, you gotta have an accent, bro.
You sound better than me. You fit right in.
Watching too much Top Boy.
Jedi, what have we learned today?
I learned that Antoinette does not know the theme song "A Different World," which is very disheartening.
I'm sorry.
And that she just needs to be either watch more episodes to make sure we pay respect to the late great Aretha Franklin, who sang the theme song, and I knew
it was some help. After some help, I got it. Come on.
You figured it out eventually.
So that's what we also learned too. With help, Antoinette will get it and do what she needs to move forward and to be the great one that she is.
Come on now.
Ms. Divine, what have you learned today?
That's it right there.
I definitely learned that I am a firm believer in Toiné was busy creating her own worlds, which is why she probably does not know that thing, because she definitely is different and definitely is unique. So I adore her for that. I adore her for being an inspiration overall. And I learned that she was footworking in college and getting down, which is why when we go out, we get down. Yes. So it makes perfect sense. I didn't know how deeply it was embedded. And one last salute is Toiné is very, very humble, even though she is easily represented by her craft and can definitely speak on that on so many levels. But her album release party was amazing. And I know that that was something that was just very, very key in her life. It was something she put her all into, and it was amazing. And it was an honor to MC that. And I'm looking forward to the quarantine being up so I can come to California and introduce her for the latest projects. But I just really adore her. She's amazing. She's very uplifting, and she's one of those people that if you know that you don't need yes people in your life, and you're going to have somebody in your life to get you to that next level and really check you on those points in a very respectful but caring way. She is one of those friends, and that's why she's my sister friend. I appreciate her for never letting me, go the easy route and always pushing me. So I love you, sis, always.
Oh my God.
I kind of wish you had another brother you could hook her up with.
Oh man.
Right?
Wow,
Because
bruh.
right now she's living, yes, single. That's enough.
Don't ask her.
For that.
Don't ask her to do
So
that.
listen, I want to thank everybody for joining the Je Vaughn Show today. You all have been amazing. Thank you to our special guest for coming through and helping me surprise my dear sister. Toiné, you are a blessing to me.
I love all of you guys. Oh my God.
The Je Vaughn Show is about.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're fine. Listen, the Je Vaughn Show is about me introducing the world to some of my favorite people, and along with like Stephen Logan, and along with Jedi, of course, and Isaac and James, and I have a lot of influence. BC, but one of my favorite female lyricists, you, ma'am. So I wanted the world to just get a chance to know you and to be introduced to you, and I'm humbled and grateful that you came and joined my show today. So thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you. Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. That was amazing.
Thank you guys for taking the time this morning, wherever you guys are, to just come and talk to me. I mean, it's been, Sartia, you and I, we like this, but Isaac and, oh my God, Clarence, I have not seen or spoke to these kings in so long. So I'm not going to get emotional. Oh God, but thank you guys just for taking the time.
Make sure you all go check out Flippin', the video on YouTube. Let's get it up to like a viral thing where it's like 1 million views, so she can get that $15 that comes from 1 million views.
Please, it's free to share it. It's free to share it. It's free to click on it. Like, come on. And thank you again, Je Vaughn, for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Just send my check. So I want to make sure that everybody knows that there's going to be a special Je Vaughn Show episode coming up at 1 o'clock Central Time. We're doing prime time in the UK with the originators of the Don't Rush Challenge. The 8 young ladies from UK will all be on the Je Vaughn Show in exactly 28 minutes. So I hope that you all will come through and just show them some love and support. Otherwise, like the Je Vaughn page, go to YouTube, and again, support Toiné Houston. She's freaking amazing. Woo! On behalf of everybody on the show, we will see you in 28 minutes, or we'll see you tomorrow at noon. And one more thing, don't forget, Good Friday, right here. Good Friday, right here, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're going to have a service with ministers from all over the world, including a minister out of London. So please come back. But until then, God bless you. God keep you. Thank you.
Love y'all.
Thank you. Love you.